Hello, everybody. If you're watching this, then you can see a big old smile on my face. It's a very exciting program. This one is going to be. This is EGBE MBIWAN MONJIMBO coming to you on VOSAWORLD Radio as usual. And I know you're going to see this later on YouTube as well. And I'm excited to be here. I'm always excited, extra excited, when I don't have to be here by myself, when I have somebody with me. And this time, it's not going to be any of those serious topics, even though cancer is still out there, kidney troubles are still out there, people are still passing away, all of that stuff. That is serious, deep stuff. But today, for a change, it is going to be about leisure, about women. You put those two together and you cannot fail to have something exciting. And the person I have with me today, she's going to introduce herself in a minute. She's not new to this show, but she's been there before to talk about the park she runs out of Mile 4, LIMBE in Cameroon. So I'll have her do that introduction, and then we'll see why she's here specifically today. Go on and introduce yourself to our guests.
Okay, I am EBOB, Erenye MBIWAN, Epus TANYI. It used to be EBOB, Erenye TANYI, name MBIWAN in the days when we're growing up. And I am Mami Alcef now. I used to be a lot of other things before this, but now I'm just Mami Alcef. I mean, because I've got Alcef School and Alcef Park, it's the usual thing for us Africans to call you Mami, whatever it is that you're known best for. Yes. So that's who I am. And I may as well add one other personal thing. I have your big sis.
Definitely. That's why I'm actually proud to have you here, even though what we're doing here has very little to do with the sistership, but a whole lot to do with what you do, what you've been doing even before you retired. And now that you've retired, you are back on that, you've taken up that part, that aspect of your life with even more vigor. They talk about retired but not tired. That describes you exactly. So, you know what? I think what I will do before we even start talking one-on-one is to just find a video that actually explains far better and more concisely why you are on this show this particular time. Let's see if I can find it. I think this is it right here, and then do this unplayed. Here we go. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, let me play this and let's see.
In the city, just in the city. If the jingle pops up, then I'm going to tell you what it's all about today. It's an activity I know you definitely enjoy. As a herald to the International Women's Day, Limbe-based Alcef Amusement Park will be hosting the second edition of the Limbe Women's Leisure Games on the 4th of March, 2023. Yes, this is a 4-game tournament for women aged between 15 and 60 years from Limbe and anywhere else in Cameroon. The games take us back to our childhood days of outdoor leisure activities passed down generations, which were not only for fun, but provided opportunities to build qualities such as bonding, networking, tolerance, respect, teamwork, and much more. So the Limbe Women's Leisure Games include sessions like dodging, 7-7, like you see the lady playing, that's how it happened last year, and tabala as well. I think I'll rock it. If I play tabala, I think I'll win it. And then swimming. So the prizes will range from 15 to 50,000 francs CFA. The games will be technically supervised by a games commissioner from the National Institute for Youth and Sport. So you definitely have an official there to ensure that it's happening properly. Okay, so what we're telling you now is please register for the Limbe Women's Leisure Games now online. You can visit their page, Alcef, on Facebook, or you could also visit Invest in Limbe. You know exactly how to go across, or register once you get to Facebook. Either check Alcef or Invest in Limbe and join the fun. Alcef Rivera Amusement Park is also open to sponsorship. If you like this concept and you want to be a part of it, you want to sponsor it, why not? Please go on Facebook, contact Alcef, and also Invest in Limbe and see what you can give in. There's nothing too small to ensure that people have a good time. I keep saying this over and over. When we talk about hanging out and having fun in this country, is either going to a restaurant or going to a bar and watching people drinking, eating all the time. But what if we engage in activities more? And when you get Alcef trying to organize something like this in Limbe, please don't have.
There you go. She said it all. Let me go ahead and stop this share for now. Yeah, that is really something. Last year, because I do remember the whole last year thing. In fact, the video of the lady who played the 7-7, which is a game you play with stones, which as she has said, with all the little techie things that we have these days, we don't do enough of that. But the lady playing 7-7 last year, actually, I think that video is on YouTube somewhere where people were watching it. And for those of us who are older, it takes us back in time to the simple games that you could play, no money needed. Now, if you're going to have to buy that game itself, it costs a lot of money. But then you just let 7 stones. You throw them up in the air and cut them down and pick them up. It's sometimes something that you have to show somebody how to do it. So like she said right there, this is a good thing. We need to actually go back to the simple things in life that are not expensive and that are also healthy. She listed a whole bunch of things that taught you to learn to cope with other people, even learning how to lose without throwing fits and tantrums. All of that is important. So where did this whole idea start? How did the whole idea start, even last year?
Well, first thing is that it wasn't last year, it was 2 years. In fact, now it's 3 years ago even.
It was before COVID.
It was before COVID, precisely before COVID. In 2020, well, before the fallout of COVID, because COVID is called COVID-19 because it broke out in 2019, late in 2019.
Right.
But we didn't start shutdowns and lock and wash hands and things until quite far into 2020. Now, March is in the early part of the year, so we had the games for the very first time in 2020, but we couldn't do anything in 21. In 22, it was a cholera outbreak here in Limbe, so that's how come for 2 years we did not repeat the games. It was meant to be an annual thing, but we didn't do that in 21. We didn't do it in 22, and now we are doing them in 23. The inspiration for it is actually credit to Invest in Limbe. You heard Patience Mbele mention him. He's a blogger, well-known blogger. And it was he who came up to me and said, look, there's this idea. It looks like he had seen instances of games like this in other parts of Africa, maybe Kenya or Uganda, where they were trying to go back in time and revive those old games and get togetherness again. Of course, the reason I was of importance in the whole thing, why I was a kind of link, is because of the park. We've got the structure, for it, the grounds that would take all numbers of people, space for taking all those games, the swimming, the dodging, all of that. So it's more of my having latched onto the idea as something that was really worthwhile and there's something to adopt. There's every reason to have wanted to adopt that idea. Patience has mentioned some of it, but I think one of the most important things, apart from just the nostalgia, because we are reduced to that now, just a question of going back in time for a brief moment and having to return to the reality, because mobile phones and all that technology is here to stay. So a brief moment when we can return to that time of togetherness, because look, these were times when people knew each other, especially us who, I don't know about Francophone Cameroon, but in Francophone Cameroon, there were places to gather. In Limbe, there was a community field. There was Jengelewata. There was Limbe River, the river after which the town is now named. We had all of these things, and people could get after school.
Or in your own neighborhood, you don't have to wait to go to Centenary Stadium or community field. In your own neighborhood, they usually had a little some place there. Backside house,
exactly.
Where you could get together and do. Who came back from school or anything and just sat there? No, you went out to play. She has got when you stop picking there, you don't go play. Which mommy's house that they've got to
all the neighborhood children
have gone together.
Come out, yes. You do your homework because mommy will not let you go out until you have done your homework, you've had your dinner or your lunch, and out you go to play. And that's how friendships that were forged in those days have lasted forever. Now, I mean, it's a typical source of comedy to show the average household. They've come back home from wherever they went. Everybody is sitting on their own. Exactly.
Even here, restaurants will have gone out. Even people who are supposed to be dating. Oh, yep. They're sitting there in the restaurant. The sweetheart is there. Valentine's Day is still there with the texting somebody. The other day is texting whoever it is that she's texting to, checking her social status whether she's trending. This is the person is in front of you, and there's no communication. And if you're playing a video game, you're playing against somebody who is in China or in Greece.
Exactly. You don't know. No chances of ever meeting even, you know. So it's social only because it involves other people. Otherwise, the whole, notion of together is devoid of all of that,
Right.
Which is a tragedy, really.
It's sad. Not to talk less of the whole health part, where we are completely here. Childhood obesity is a serious problem. But how to not expect it to happen? If you're going to sit, you sit to play a video game, you're not standing, you're not hopping. Like for example, you hop, push that mango seed, hop, mango seed, throw the thing behind you, that's where it lands. Even only the dance when you win. It's
I know, but already enough. Enough for physical activity. Yes, absolutely.
Look at Cizo. You jump around, stand on the ropes, twist around. Jump rope, in, you jump out, calories that are
burnt. That's one problem already, that kind of thing solved. Yes. Yes.
So no, that was definitely a good idea. Kudos to Invest in Limbe for that, and then kudos to you for actually hosting it, even if it's 2 years ago. This is the second annual edition.
Yes.
But it seems to be light years different from the first one. Yeah. In what ways, for example, let me just ask you in what ways, because I have observed already some ways, but let me have you say what you think is the biggest innovation.
Well, before the games themselves, it is the adherence to the idea, the numbers of people who have expressed an interest in, coming to. We had 82 contestants as we speak. So we are going to have to do a rethink of how we originally planned the thing to go, so that, because, there's a good chance of the thing becoming a little bit monotonous when you see contestant number 1, contestant number 2, 3, 4, 20 something for the same game. We're going to find, we've already worked out how we are going to do that so we don't get to that level. But that's the very first thing that has just turned out different.
Share numbers.
I mean, it's incredible.
Yes.
I made, just as an aside, I worship at the Presbyterian Church, Down Beach, Limbe, and I wanted to do something special. Announced in the church that we're going to have games coming up. Registration is 3,000 francs if you're coming to pay directly at the park, 3,200 if you're paying by Momo. But for PC Beach, the first 10 women to call me were going to be registered on our account. And I got 20-something people. There were people who started to come and see me even before the church service was over, You
sneak out of your pew and run down and say, you want to beat the traffic. You want to beat the traffic.
Absolutely.
Talking about that, just hold that thought right there. Let me see where I can find this thing to share. I will start here. And I think I can go back because I think this is still frozen at let's see how I can get out of here.
Right now it's time for our gist in the city.
That and go back here. And I think I see, okay, let's talk about what we're saying right there. This is can you see how that's a contestant, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's Ruth Akaba who's registered for dodging right there.
Registered for dodging and coming to us from the US of A.
Look at that.
She's a contestant who is going to, well, okay, the background, I found out that she actually grew up here in Limbe.
Yes.
So it's not like this is completely somebody who has not just been involved in this kind of thing before, but she's resident in the States right now. And if she's coming to participate, it shows you, okay? Now, it is, even if she does other things while she's here, the fact that she has taken the trouble to pay to register for the games, has listed herself down for dodging, it tells you, it is an idea that resonates.
Yes, it
I don't know why else, it is, I think also we've been able to reach a few more people than we did when the things first started. All right. So it's a combination of the idea resonating with people, but also the idea being
the publicity
broadcast further.
The excitement being put out there, because you all have, this I got from your Facebook page, Alcef's Facebook page, and Invest in Limbe is flashing this every day too. So the excitement is really growing everywhere. I'm just as excited. That's why this show is even happening, because I'm just as excited. Wish I could be there to see it happen. There's this person here who's also doing dodging. I see a medal around their neck. Is that one of the contestants from the 2 years ago?
The previous edition, absolutely. She was a champion for dodging in when we did it in 2020.
I can see the medal around her neck right there, which tells you something.
That's a picture that was taken.
Yep, they enjoyed it well enough to want to come right back and do it again. And this is not the only person contestant I saw. Let me go down here. Here's one who's going to be doing dodging as well.
Yep.
And the caption says, "I will be there."
Yes.
And then yes, one more dodging person.
There's another one. I think you need to scroll further down. That one was for swimming. She was there the year we started, and she's right back again this year.
I see. This one right here, that's the pose that they put on this flyer right there. Should intimidate the other dodging people. Because the way she's leading there, she's like, I can dodge real well.
Exactly.
Yes. Let me go back and find
up to the task.
Yes. Try me and you will see.
Yes.
Let's see. This is the one I think you're talking about. This person right here. It says Emma.
The one who is holding that trophy. Exactly. This also is taken from the first year we did the games, and she was a winner at the time. Yes. I guess she's hoping that she can win again this time. And why not?
I wish this thing could be televised so that we can all see it as it is happening.
As it's happening.
That's something to consider.
We're actually making plans to stream it live on Facebook. Now that's on Facebook, so you have to be either have an account or be able to log in one way or the other, find out the details. So television, it's not likely to be the big ones like CRTV or Equinox, because it costs an arm and a leg to have that done. But we have the local TV stations, High TV, CAM1 TV, and they are already promising to be there. The radios will be there, but the radio it's an audio thing.
Right.
You won't be able to see. You may hear the excitement, but it's never the same thing as actually being able to, and it really will be different, and I dare say better this year. I'm the one organizing it. I shouldn't be talking like that, because there's a border, very close border to boasting. Right. But I don't mind saying that we've got everybody going to be decked out in their t-shirts. We have got referees. The referees are the ways in which, because in the previous edition, we had just one games commissioner who was able to judge who had won for the different games, but then we had fewer contestants.
Right.
This time we have more. So we are going to have to do some of the same game. No game will be done simultaneously with another. So swimming will be done and finished. Correct. So that everybody can go and watch dodging.
Exactly.
And Tabala, see it end, go to 7-7, see it end. But when we do 7-7, for example, it will not just be one contestant come and sit down, do your thing, go away, second contestant.
It will take forever that way.
It will take until the following day. So we have referees now, and we can have as many as 6 playing at the same time. Is the poor audience or poor spectators who will have to divide their attention with the different players. Otherwise, there will be referees for each case, be able to watch what's going on and determine who has won at the end after consulting with the games commission.
And then finally the winners of the different games come and now play against each other, or how?
No, what we will do, if we were thinking that's what we were going to do, eliminatories, let's have a kind of knockout section first. But it depends. When we get there, we will see how it works out. If we have people who tie in their performance, then we shall have the finals. But if we have from the very first set of the games, we have individual performances. This one is 10, this one is 9, this one is 8, then we don't need to worry about that. But that is already in mind. We are aware that because of the numbers, we are likely to have ties in
Right.
performance, people who perform in the same, score the same marks, points,
You
and
have
then
to,
we call them now for the
break the tie. Yes.
exactly.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we will not need to get there.
Yes. By the way, I brought this other flyer that is here. It says the Passionate Ladies of Maryland, USA.
Yes,
What they are doing is they're actually sponsoring a game. So you talk about
they are sponsoring.
Mhm.
They have provided the cash for the first place winners for all 4 games.
Wow.
It's an incredible thing. I mean, the first place winners are the ones with the highest amount. We have
Correct.
4 games. If they provided the funds for all 4, they've taken a whole charge. It's true that there's so much left to do, but this is a major thing, you know,
Yes.
that they are taking that responsibility off Alcef's shoulders. And they are not the only ones. They stand out because they are doing this from all the way in Maryland. In
Correct.
fact, Ruth Akaba, the one who is going to do dodging, is the president of the, or the spokesperson at least, of this group. And so it has, they have gotten involved in the games in more ways than one. There's the
Right.
sponsoring, and
And
now
actually
they are
participating.
spokesperson. Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I saw another man there. I'll look and see. By the way, are these your CWF ladies?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Motoriteo Cristo. Yes, they're really paying. Look at them there.
Yes, I tell you. The story behind this one is this the announcement I made in church about people being registered free. This lady came to meet me to say she belongs to, because CWF members are grouped in batches. The batch that was dedicated in 2021 is like my case. 2022, sorry, we are the Ida Mallet batch.
Okay.
They were dedicated, I think, 2 years or 3 years ago, and they are the Trinity batch. So she says there are 10 of us in the Trinity batch. We would like to play. I said, okay, come and see. They had offered free places. I'd offered 10. I said, you're going to take all 10 places. But that's how I added more afterwards for people who would have liked to join as well. Yes. So they have this picture. They have their individual pictures, but they have this picture as a group. And so they sent it to me, and the CWF is ably represented now in the games.
I hear the University of Buea too also has contestants. Is it
the landmark University of Buea?
Yes, landmark University of Buea.
Yes. So that, I think, well, it's not a government structure, it's a private university. But the first one to mention is the Biaka University Institute.
That's what I actually meant to say when I was saying the University of Buea. I meant the Biaka University of Buea. So I heard about 30, is sponsoring 30 contestants.
In fact, do you know what? I'm convinced that it is that one act of hers.
Oh, my house being now Dr. Francisca Biaka herself.
Exactly. No, but she hasn't registered to play any game.
No. This should
one organized. My feeling is that that one act of hers has helped a great deal to push the momentum for these games. You know, because word went out that 30 people had registered for this game, for these games. So it was like a real. There's no way to say that it did not. It helped to boost the enthusiasm for the games. So yes, she's sending in 30, and after her, there is a landmark. I don't know the official name for their setup, but it's also a private university institute, also in Buea. They said 7 already. They were threatening to send some more. Wow. I do not know. We haven't heard from them since they sent those first 7.
Yes.
So quite a number coming.
I see this person too is wearing a t-shirt that says Black King. I think it's Mr. Defang. He too is also a game sponsor.
Correct. And he's also based in the States.
You see.
So we have the diaspora acting
strongly,
very
actively.
So involved.
This is awesome. We have religious institutions like the CWF is already representing itself there. We have one in the diaspora sponsoring things like that.
Exactly.
And I hope who did not know about it will say, I'm sure we are going to say, well, if I had known, I would have done. Well, now you're hearing it. By the grace of God, the world will still be existing in 2024.
This time next year.
But to think about it, and Alcef Park will very much be still there, and knock on wood, by God's grace. And so now you have ideas, people can come and sponsor. something
Sure.
healthy that
Sure.
is worthwhile. You don't only
Absolutely.
sponsor musicians and I don't know other things. This is something
Mhm.
definitely worth doing. It's really exciting from what I can see here.
Yes, it
This
is.
is
And in its novelty too. Men have always had their veterans football clubs. Okay,
Mhm.
they have things that they can do that gather them. The women for them it has always been just the humdrum, look after the children, look after the husband. You know, if they do have a chance to go anywhere at all, it's within their Njangi associations,
Right. Yeah.
go and eat and drink like Patience Mbele was saying on that CRTV extract. So
Uh-huh.
this gives you something else.
Yes.
And I hope the time will come when this will become something to look forward to. Okay, the
Obviously
women
it
know
is.
that.
From the way they're
Yes.
reacting, obviously it is. And after this one, and the way it's gone, and I'm sure what will be done when it is over and we can actually see the different shows, by the time next year comes, it will definitely be, I hope you're ready, almost
I,
that you can handle. Yes.
I know for it to become, and then one thing I didn't say, we've already mentioned the lady from the States, which has automatically turned the games into an international event, where we have a lady from Ibolova, we
Okay.
have 3 from Douala,
Mhm.
and then we have all that number from Boya. It's a national event already. I
Right.
mean, by virtue of the participation of these ladies, it's a national event. So we have every
Each of these
reason to
people
be
has
proud.
family, they have supporters who are now saying, where are you going? Mommy, even their children say, Mommy, where are you going with these biker shorts today? Like I'm going over there to go play
Yeah.
this game. That's how it spreads until it becomes a thing that gets known. And for something, you're talking about women and the things that they now they tend to just look after the baby, look after the husband, and kind of a thing. But when they do competitions, it's mostly with women, beauty pageants. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Where you have to look a certain way, be a certain height. Some of us are already disqualified from day one. Too short for the thing, to anything. So,
Yes.
so now this is the kind of one where you can go and
Everybody.
yes, you qualify. You can see the CW of women there.
Exactly.
We can leave Tabala and maybe dodging and Ciso for people who have to be nimble and that. But Tabala, but 7-7, you sit a
You
big
don't
one
have to have
down.
all that physical. Exactly.
Can you throw your
Sit
hand
down
up in
and
the
do
air
it.
and catch the stones? And then for the rest of us, can you stand there and cheer? The people who are
Exactly.
bobbing up and down in the
Absolutely.
water. You go ahead and
Yes.
it is
Yes.
a healthy thing to go. A
It
healthy,
is. I think
fun
so. And
thing.
then even the spectators are going to have, because we will have the interlude between the end of the games that people are competing for and when we actually give out the prizes. And during that interlude, we are planning to do the games that we didn't have competitions, we didn't have prizes for, like the CISO and
Yes.
the Rere In
Yes.
and the other, and we will do all kinds of things.
Colomba, is that Colomba there? Colomba.
Of course. Of
Hey,
course.
yes. This
Then
is
we'll get
that's
them
something which that's
together.
why I'm saying I hope this.
Mukelele,
Yes, Mukele,
mukelele.
Mukele. That is the
Yes.
thing. Even if we cannot watch it live, we will those videos are going to help because our children, so those who are of them going on out here, have no clue. During the pandemic, where one could not go to work and one was stuck at home, I remember going for walks around this neighborhood, and I went that time they were still doing building construction in the neighborhood here. So I went by one of the homes that was still being built, and there was gravel still there, but there were stones. I picked up 7 of them, brought them home, washed them, and I showed your nephew and niece. Does this tell you anything? I said, the fact that there are 7 of them, nothing.
Doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. It's 7 stones. I had to sit down and try to show them that this is what we used to do with them, with the thing. But sitting here alone, doing it, they don't really catch on the way I am hoping.
Yes.
When they see the excitement, when they get to understand and you can explain to them, here's what you're doing, here's how you win, here are the rules.
Yeah.
They're hearing this thing and dodging, like, what does that mean? Coloma, when you say like that, anybody who grew up in Anglophone Cameroon knows exactly what you
exactly
about immediately. Instantly.
You know, doing these games is making us try to find names for these things, you know, like that in or the whatever. We don't know what we're actually going to have to find names that we can use.
Because if you say because we are listening and we are watching you, if you have to write it down, how do you write if you put EH dash, it can be A. How do you know? How do you get the sound out of the thing?
Exactly.
So we are going to have to actually do that, but without killing the nostalgia from it too, but finding ways to actually designate the thing. The same way we grew up, we grew up saying the person just sighed. Come out to white man country, yes, sigh is just to do.
Yes, a deep breath of
But we don't know.
relief.
So we're saying things like, but the African Americans actually have they say sucking your teeth.
Yes.
So that even then, if you said that's what somebody just suck, yes, but that's your
exactly. It's not the same thing as that sound.
Yes. Even how to spell
the
widespread
thing amongst us. It's incredible how those things are. We have to find words for these things.
We have to find words, and then you can now demonstrate. Now that we have videos and TikToks, you can actually show what it is that it's meant.
Exactly.
To say, look me up and down.
Yes.
Which you can do maybe to an Asian man. You can spend your whole day looking at him from his toes to his head, and it's like, maybe that's a nice thing.
Exactly. You have no idea that
it's supposed to be. Yes. Oh, that's all things. And then, you know what? Let me show you another part of what I saw on one of the flyers. Let me go back here.
Yeah.
By the way, this is last year's 7-7 being played there. Look at the people watching.
Yes.
The picture there. But what I was trying to find, let me see, because I put these little pictures together. I'm trying to find the one that said this right here. This one, this particular flyer. Do you see am I sharing my screen? Do you see the flyer that I have on there now?
Yes.
Do you see it?
Yes, I can see what you're talking about.
This one here talks about the games. We've discussed that already. Tabala, 7-7 dodging, swimming, mini trade fair. Oh, mini trade fair.
Yes.
So people are going to come and little vendors are going to be there selling things.
Yes, that was something we were almost forgetting to talk about. Is the opportunity for people. It's actually meant more for individuals who are struggling to make ends meet. They make earrings, they make bracelets, they make yogurt, they do something handicraft.
Correct.
The kinds of things that you can do, which you're hoping to make money from. This is the opportunity to display that. I got to meet the lady. In fact, I think I'm wearing the earrings that she made. I got to meet her in the fair that we held in 2020, sorry. So it's that kind of thing that we are looking to do. We have a lady who's making, who does fruit juice, natural fruit juice. She's going to take a stand. We have a lady who has actually gathered women together in a kind of association to teach them little crafts that they can use to make things that they will sell. So yes, we have that mini trade fair that goes alongside the games. Well, this is meant to gather a lot of people.
Big up for women. This is a big deal. Not only wait for Suleve on the Women's Day.
I know.
Do other things that you can do before that time.
Exactly.
So when you come here and you do that, there's already a lot of publicity for them. People get to know, I'm looking at those earrings. You better believe I'm going to say, get me a pair.
I know.
To wear also. Yeah. So people are going to know who does them. Because women are very creative and industrious. But sometimes they don't get a chance to for their wares
to get public exposure. Yes, let people get to see that you're doing. A few people around you may get to know, but that's not the same thing as the public knowing. And this is a gathering of a lot of people, men, women as well as men, because the games will be involving the women, but their husbands and brothers and fathers and sons are supposed to come and support them. So that is a way for whatever you're doing, if it's done well, to get noticed.
Right.
So
right. You never know who will see. There's diaspora people there who may want to sponsor. Before you know it, you're well on your way.
Exactly.
Yes, that's number one on this flyer. Number two right here is what caught my attention that I looked right here. This is like right up my alley. It says old-timers band galore.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
This is in fact, they are quite well known. The famous old-timers band made up of well-known names, household names for a certain age of people. because nowadays people are more on YouTube, they are more online than actually watching TV. In fact, TVs have been forced to go online to be able to catch up with the thing. So with the trend, sorry. So we have names like Jomo Kevin and Trisha Oben and Patience Isuka.
Those
all
are
of them
names for me.
Exactly, quite a number of other people. I know that the late Njala Kwan used to be a member of this band, the one who used to be general manager of the CDC. So it's very far from being a band of ruffians. These are
ruffians or riffraffs.
Riffraffs, exactly. So they are coming to present a concert, having a music concert at the park on the day itself. These games are on the 4th.
Yes.
Saturday couldn't have been any other day, because then you'll be getting people would be at work and they will not be able to come for the games. So this one can hold on the 8th of March because it is almost everybody, even if it has not been nationally announced, it is understood that it's a holiday. You know, so the women will be out, they will do their marching past, and then they have usually go to have a meal together somewhere. And in the evening, 4 p.m., they can come and watch these our icons doing something that they are not used to seeing. Okay, and it's free.
Yes,
I see that. Well, you got to buy a drink though, but it's your drink.
Yes.
So in effect, it's a free event.
Right.
So when we claim there, we say at the top of that flyer, you read "Celebrate the International Women's Day at Alcef Park." That is really, you know, what it's the fact that we have all of this going on surrounding that day. This is what makes us feel that we are kind of hub for that day, for the International Women's Day.
Yes, so instead of going there and continuing the, you see, gatherings these days, if it's a wedding, you have to be there for the most part by invitation. You're invited to go to the thing. That's why you're there. It's a happy event. If not, most of the times when people get a chance to meet like this, it's unfortunately in sad events. Die over there, then you go, because don't get invitation. You just go there and you're wailing and crying. It's not it's not a happy event.
Very true.
Then if it's a women's meeting, it's either to do with your own office where you work there. So it's just you and your own colleagues. Yes. And so this is a really good thing for people to just do that. Just makes women, it's not serious. It's not useless either. The kind of thing where you're just there, just drinking, like the lady said, not doing anything constructive.
Yes.
This one definitely it's a whatever. Kudos to you for hosting it. And I'm excited, cannot wait to see how it all turns out. And I'm really interested in the live, well, not like maybe like the footage of it, the video part of it, the live. And if there's a link that's out there, I'd be glad to sit down there and watch and chair, because it's not only football, as we say, soccer, football, that is should be the thing. There are other things that get us excited too. And simpler things that you not think of, that you not necessarily imagine, that get everybody going. And I know people are going to listen to this. They're going to want to actually go ahead and find out how everything went. Anything else we should know?
No, except to just say people come out as massively as you can on that Saturday, 4th of March, 9 a.m. The athletes, the contestants will be convened earlier because they've got to go through verification, get their t-shirts and other things. But the games will actually start at 9 a.m. and we're calling the public to be there and cheer the ladies up.
Okay, so I think the registration has closed. Nobody listening to this should start saying, I want to go, I madam, or I said.
Well, as of yesterday, that's what we thought. But now the organizing committee has worked out this idea. We have people who will still be coming in because they had said they were coming in. They had UBA, for example, United Bank of Africa, the Limbe branch. Their manager had said that he was going to register his members, the staff, lady staff of his institution. And so we are still going to be doing some registrations, but we're shutting down now. The official shutdown date is the 26th, Sunday 26th, but we may find ourselves shutting down before so that we don't get too large a crowd. And we don't want those who will be unable to register for any of these games to be discouraged, because as I've said, there'll be almost as much fun watching, okay, as participating. And then we do plan to call on the public to participate in the other games, the CISO and the ones that we have not put as part of the competition. So there will be a lot for everybody.
Just do it for the fun of it. If you can, go and see. You can do it. Whether you still have it.
Exactly.
Whether you still have it in you to be able to
do these games. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I look at it and I'm just looking at that. Pop, stand on one foot, stand on one leg. No, and then not only stand on one leg, then but push
that thing all on one leg. Yes. It's a skill.
And then you push the thing, and then it doesn't touch the lines.
Exactly.
Oh,
and people who do this thing expertly, you won't believe.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. But even in elementary school, that now to tell you kind of knew to how to measure the thrust of your hand to try to get it to fall in the place where it's supposed to fall. Even if you miss it, kind of like within reason. But I cannot imagine. I actually feel like going to find some place to actually draw the tabala lines and see what I can do. They have a version of it here called hopscotch.
Hopscotch, yes.
Not the same thing.
Very similar.
Not the same thing.
But not at all. It's similar only in the sense of it, something you draw on the ground.
Lines and your yes. And then of course here they're going to find a very nice, decent thing. By the way, what do you plan on using? Let me ask that question. Because we used to eat the mango.
Mango.
Mango, put a big old L at the end.
Indeed.
The mango, it fell from the tree. You yourself climbed and plucked the thing. After you have eaten and dried well, then you come down.
That is it. That's what you take now. It was so much fun.
Exactly. First of all, look at how
the modern. At the last 2 years ago when we had this, what people are doing, they take a little plastic bag, fill some sand in it, and then tie it up. So it's a bag of sand. And that's what they use now to push from house to house to call those spaces.
Yes, house. Oh, it's funny, but I miss the whole mango. The mango.
I know. Look, unfortunately, we're not in the season. If we were, we would have found mango seeds. You can be sure. Because that's the way to make sure you really do it like it was done.
The original thing. My goodness. We used to even, just to plant grass. You take the grass and the plant thing and make a long thing. I use that thing to have to do jump rope. This is skipping. See, you say skipping.
I know.
Where are the songs that went with them? I hope that people are going to actually have the songs and the things that went along with all of those things. It's really, it's very exciting.
It's time to bring back those days. You can be sure. You can be sure. We have got a comedian who is coming, who will run those things. All those little songs that people used to sing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Gombi. And
exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you catch a fish alive?
Alive. Why did you let it go?
Because he bit my finger so. Bolo bolo malusi. Yeah. You have to shake a little waist, I tell you. Oh my goodness.
We are really looking forward to having fun on this day.
It's
guaranteed.
I'm already having fun talking about it before the day.
Before the day itself.
Oh, ching malima ching ching. My brother killed me in the bush. I take my flower go. That one just came to me now from just thinking about this. The thing just popped in my head now.
I know.
Adama, the princess of the Niger. Adama.
I don't know who used to form those songs. We will all get to know them.
Exactly.
It's incredible.
You see, I am saying this Adama, the princess of the Niger, from the Yaoundé school, because by the time I was going to primary school, it was already in the government bilingual primary school in Yaoundé. But get somebody now who went to ROCM somewhere, ROCM somewhere, or government school, or state Stiko, or which kind of place in Motombolombo. It doesn't matter where. We have the same songs, the same things.
Exactly.
That went with us all over the place. You start that at any place and start the song, it's all the same John and Mary stories.
Exactly. It's a
time
for bonding, really. Time for bonding. Can get back. You have a common past that you're going to sort of dig into and get, ground yourself somehow. We think it's worthwhile. We think that's why it's resonating.
It is. That's definitely a good reason why.
Yeah.
I cannot think of any. There's everything has pros and cons. I cannot begin to even think of any downside to this.
Exactly, to this. Can't do you anyhow.
No.
Can't do you
So
anyhow.
instead, it's doing a whole lot of good. Put those electronics down for a while. Okay, save your, what do they call it again? Save your Wi-Fi, save your time,
Your data,
your data.
and all of that, yes.
Go sit down there and do your own one-on-one person. See someone that you haven't even seen for a bit and
I
chat,
know.
talk and
I
do
know.
the human thing. The way I
Sure.
believe God definitely meant it to be, not people just sitting there and on these things are beeping. People are having almost a panic attack because the phone is down, the battery is down, and what are you going to do? But for real,
Exactly.
our lives have turned into that. I was in the airport yesterday returning here, and the shop I went to in the airport, there nobody is there. You just go pick up the item and scan, put it there, the card in there, talk to nobody, get it out. That's what it is. And it's just not nice.
Everything is automated now. Yeah.
It feels different. So if there's not much else to say, we don't want this to be too long because people are going
No,
to
we don't.
Yes, we are going to have them go, but they know where to go to see more and learn more. There's the Alcef page on Facebook that you can go check out. There's the Invest in Limbe page that you can go check out for this and for many other events. Because after the park is going to close after March 4th. Very much.
And March 8th. Yes.
Yes.
And go on after that. Yes.
Go after that. There's going to be Christmas coming down, Easter coming down every day, except for Country Sunday. Something is happening there. It's open. So you go discover all the things: the restaurant, the
gym, the pool, picnic grounds, all kinds of different ways to entertain oneself.
Exactly. All right, Mami yourself. Thank you for taking time. I know you had a busy day and your life is getting busier and busier as that date approaches.
I tell you.
So a happy Women's Day to all the women all over the world. Special shout out to those. Yes. A special shout out. Okay, yes, we cannot wait to see those contests. I don't mind having one with the contest. So the contestants after this to say what was it like.
Talking to you. Yes. I'm sure we'll find someone who'll be willing to do that. Yes.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Thank you for coming, Mrs. EBOB MBIWAN TANYI, owner of Alcef Rivera Park and Alcef School as well. You really are a woman that represents women very, very, very well. Done a lot for them, a lot for the population in general. But I try to think of Limbe now. Without Alcef Park there or Alcef School, that's a huge part of what that city is. And I want to commend you, sister or no sister, forget the sister thing, to commend you for doing that. Huge example, a businesswoman par excellence. I don't even know how we ended up from the same womb.
Let's not start on your own day. Let's not start on your own
the same womb for real. Yes, but I told the story that time when you came to the other show. I was like, I do not know what this girl sees in this piece of grass and stones is what it was. And she said very firmly, I'm thinking I'm going to make an amusement park here. And I'm going, Lord, just help her. If it's the devil that is tempting her, I'm trying to ruin her life. And just take that idea out of her head. If not, then just bless it. And he has blessed it. Blessed it.
Yes, indeed. Glory to him.
Amen. Amen to that.
Yes.
All right then.
Thank you for having me. Wish you all the best too. Okay.
Thank you. All right then. Wow.
Bye.
Bye.